Hi, I am Raphaël Pathé, the world's medium, and this is Celebrity Star News. Today, we're going to talk about different celebrities that have crossed over, and I will try to get in touch with them and see what has been happening to them. Maybe they have a message for us. So, this is Celebrity Star News. Hello, this is Raphaël Pathé, the world's medium. I have been a medium since I was like 5 years old. I communicate with different spirits. And today, like every Friday at 8 p.m., we talk about different celebrities. So some weeks, what we do is we do astrology and see what's going to happen to the celebrities that you like, celebrities who are alive. But tonight, we have a special Celebrity Star News where we are going to try to reconnect with the spirit of these celebrities that we have loved, we have watched. They marked the whole world. And now we're going to try to connect with them and see a little bit what happened to them. So I'm going to tell you a little bit who we are talking with tonight. So this is my second little credit video that I'm going to put right now, so you can see we have there we go. Okay, I have to press All right, so to make sure that you that you won't miss any of the shows, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RaphaelPsychic. So what is this whole show about? As I was explaining, I have been a medium for lots of years, and I'm used to connect with people, you know, from other dimensions. So when I have a client calling me and ask me to reconnect with a spirit that is in the other dimension, usually it happens, the spirit talks to me, I start to have images in my mind, so I have a notebook with me and I start to draw and to write things. But this has happened as well to me with different celebrities. So I thought, why not putting my gift, you know, my ability there available for people to be able to reconnect with the celebrities that they have loved. And also, you know, we see a lot of things about different celebrities on the news. Like we're going to talk about Lady Diana, for instance. We still don't know. She crashed with that car. I was actually in Paris that year, I remember, and I've seen the memorial as well. This it's a memorial basically by this tunnel where she died. And people think, you know, was it an accident? Was she murdered? Or, you know, how did she really die? Is it because of this paparazzi that followed her? I don't know. But maybe I will know later. And I feel already a little bit of a vibration right now from her. So the reason why I have selected these celebrities we'll be talking about, it's very simple. I was actually preparing the show number 2 of Celebrity Star News. I've done the first one last week, and while I was preparing it, I was Googling photos of different celebrities, and for some reason, I don't know why, I got the photo of Lady Diana, and I started to feel like the chills, you know. That's how it works usually when a celebrity or when a person or ghost or someone from the other dimension wants to talk to me, or I start to feel the chills. It almost says like a yes, you know, like hear me, do something about it, and then I'm feeling these chills. And when I had the photo of Lady Diana on the internet, then I started to feel like, oh my God, she wanted to say something to the world. I felt something very intense, and I'm going to try to connect with her tonight and reveal to you what she wants to say. So how do I connect with spirits and with other dimensions? So I don't really know how it happens, to tell you frankly, but let me tell you a little story. When I was 20 years old, I was working in an office during the day, recruitment consulting office, and at night I would go clubbing every night. And so of course I was very tired. You know, when it was 7 p.m. coming back from work, I wanted to get ready to go out. I was exhausted. One day, a very good friend of mine said, "I'm going to come to your place and I'm going to do some Reiki for you, and you know, you're going to feel rested, you're going to feel better." I said, okay, let's do it. We sat down on the carpet by my bed. We holded each other's hands. And then it felt like as if we were going, like ascending, like going really, really high in another dimension, like ascending, 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 until we felt really on top of the universe. Our eyes were closed. We were both seeing the same thing. What we saw was a big cone, like on top of the universe. There was a big, big cone. And in that cone, there were a little piece of lights, you know, turning like that in a circular motion. And all these pieces of lights felt like there were souls or people. And it was very friendly. It was very beautiful. These little piece of light looked like crystals, like diamonds, ruby, sapphires, diamonds, you know, all kind of crystal, all kind of really beautiful gemstones. They were quite big. I mean, it looked quite big. And there were lots of them, like thousands and thousands. And each and every crystal was communicating with each other. And this is the day, on that day, I understood that this is what happens when we die, or even when we're alive. We have a little bit of crystal that is always in there, in this big cone on top of the universe, and we are always connected to that little piece of light. Even when we are alive, we have this little piece of light that kind of connects us to where we come from, basically. It's as simple as that. The fact that I saw it when I was 20, actually I was 21, seeing that when I was 21 and now a little bit older, I've always known where we come from. So maybe it's because I went to this dimension that I have this connection with spirits, with people who crossed over. I don't really know, but I really know what I know, and I've seen that. So now I feel that when like a spirit wants to communicate, what I'm tapping into is this piece of light that is connected to the human being that I want to talk to. So tonight, basically, what we're going to do, we're going to talk to Diana and see if I can connect with her. And so, of course, I have to concentrate a little bit. What you can do at the meantime, of course, if you're watching right now on Facebook, on YouTube, or anywhere right now where this show is being broadcasted, you can type in your question. If you have any question, you're wondering something, you know, it is someone that you admired, that you feel you had a really strong connection with, you know, you can type in a question, ask me a question, and then I will see what she wants to say. So, you know, let me tell you a little more about her. So I have my little notes here about her. So let's do a little recap and remember who Diana was. So basically, Diana was a person from the nobility who became a member of the British royal family when she married Charles, Prince of Wales. So she finally became a princess, even though she was already from nobility, so she didn't come from the ghetto, if I can say. I mean, I always say ghetto when I mean she didn't come from, like, I mean, she came already from royalty, nobility. That's where she came from, and she grew up very close to the royal family. I didn't know that. I'm actually reading it right now. She was the youngest daughter of John Spencer. Yeah, she was actually a youngest daughter of an earl already, so she was already part of royalty anyway. So basically, that was kind of her world already. You know, people sometimes feel that she came from wherever and she became a princess. No, she was already part of the whole thing. So, you know, she was already in her world when she married Charles. And then, let me see a little bit what happened. Okay, she had the wedding in 81. It made her Princess of Wales, a role which she has enthusiastically received by the public. So she was very excited. I remember actually this wedding. I mean, I remember seeing that on TV. But anyway, they didn't really get on really well, as you know, and like he slept with someone else, and so that's kind of what happened. And their marriage ended in 1996. So that's exactly what happened. And then, to say as well about her, what I'm reading right now, she was really involved with AIDS and helping people, and she was like kind of really much into you know, charity, and so it was someone that really cared about other people, and also about people who were affected with cancer, mental illness. That's what I'm reading. And then basically what happened is, as you remember, she had this terrible car crash in 1997. Okay, I remember now. 1997, she had the car crash in Pont de l'Alma. I know exactly what it is. And people say that it was, you know, the paparazzi that killed her by following the car. You know, paparazzi are always everywhere, following everyone, annoying everyone. So people say that this is what happened. That's like the real news. But then because she was dating this other man, I think it was Raphael, and so people think she was murdered. So we don't really know at the end of the day. I know there's a show right now on TV, like retracing her life. I don't know what they say on that show, but anyway, some people thought she had been murdered. I'm actually checking a little bit what they say here on Wikipedia is not always the best source of information, but because Diana was such a super famous person, I feel that what they say should be a little bit, you know, a little kind of real, kind of, you know, and yeah, so anyway, that's not the point. And so let me just go, I want just to go through to see that accident. Anyway, no, it doesn't really matter because that's what I want to ask her. So let me tell you something. Basically, what happened is when I was Googling online, you know, when I was checking photos of celebrities I would like to talk about, then I got her photo and then I felt like she was kind of grabbing my arms and like, I want to say something. The message I felt from her, by the way, you know, I felt like her message was a very, the message of a queen, if I can say, you know, it was a very, very powerful message. It was not really about the car crash, but the message she had and what I felt when I saw her photo online was that she really felt like she wants to help the world. There's a sense of like wanting to help the world, you know. Do not give up. There's a sense of giving the power to people. She really believes in the people, in everyone. She was very, even though she was a princess, she really believed in that everyone is a prince or a princess. Everyone has sovereignty. I can't pronounce it properly, but everyone is like a sovereign, kind of. Everyone should take their own decision. She really believes in humanity. That's what I'm sensing right now as I connect with her. So she's very much about, I believe in humanity. I believe in the power of people. I believe that the people can lead the world. In fact, she was a bit of a, I wouldn't say a revolutionary, because anyway, the monarchy in England is not in power. And so there's no problem with that at this point. But she was very much about the power of the people. The world is strong. You know, she wants to give a message as well that the world is very strong. Don't worry. And that the world will rise up again. There's a sense of, she really believes in people. She believes in every one of us. And she believes that we have the power. And that's really what she fought for. She always wanted everyone to be heard, everyone to really, you know, be powerful, to be able to express themselves, because she felt she was not able to express herself, especially when she grew up. That's why she was very shy. That's what I'm sensing now by channeling her. So she really felt like she could not express herself, and she felt that everyone who is shy out there, and that's a message for everyone out there in the world. If you're, maybe that's a message for me, because believe it or not, I'm quite shy sometimes in certain situations. I think her message to me and to everyone right now is that, you know, really believe in yourself. If you feel shy in a situation, you really have to believe that, I mean, you have this power inside. Being a human being means you have power. You have the power, same power as everyone. Everyone's equal. And you have to find that power. You have to believe that you have this power. So that's what I'm getting from her, because she found that in her life, in the terrible situation she's been through and the marriage that didn't work, she still managed to find the power. Look at that right now. We're talking about her right now, and we are in 2021. So that's she died like 24 years ago. You know, people are still very much talking about her. There's a show on TV right now. We're talking about her tonight. So she's still around there. It's a message of power, of strength. You know, your weakness is your strength. Your shyness is your strength. Do not, you know, do not be scared. Do not let the fear stop you from what you're supposed to achieve. And especially right now with what's happening in the world with the virus. And this is a moment, you know, I mean, like, people think that this is the end of the world, it's terrible, you know, what's going to happen. But I find that to the contrary, this is a moment of empowerment for the world. So that's what I'm sensing from her. I want to ask her about the accident, you know, what really happened in the accident. So I'm kind of connecting with this moment, what really happened. You know, I'm drawing the tunnel right now. Beautiful tunnel. So I'm drawing the tunnel as I do when I'm doing a reading for a client, and I want to know exactly what happened to this tunnel. Okay, I see the crash. I can feel, you know, what happened. There's a crash in there. But what happened? Okay, from what I'm sensing, I feel that someone shot. There was a shot. There was somebody shooting something. So I would say that it was not an accident from what I see, from what I am sensing. I feel that somebody shot in the wheel of the car. So, or maybe the wheel of the car was, how can I say that, you know, it has been, you know, like broken or something. But there's something about a wheel that was destroyed, or that was shot. Somebody shot in the wheel, so there would be an accident. I have the feeling that it was not an accident, actually. That's what I'm sensing. It was meant to happen. Yeah, I see something about the wheel. So I feel someone shooting in the wheel. Everything was very quick, you know, from what I'm sensing. It went really immediately, you know, like this, very, very quickly. I don't think it was the paparazzi. I think it is something external that affected the wheel, and this is the reason why there was an accident. She feels very peaceful about it, from what I'm sensing. You know, she's not upset. She's peaceful. In fact, it was some kind of relief. You know, she was somehow. It feels like she felt very light when that happened. You know, she felt very light. She did not suffer. She just went to this other dimension. It feels like all this heaviness she had been carrying forever disappeared, and she could just go. So it was very light. I feel like she went on the other dimension. Everything became very light and easier, actually, when she died. That's how she felt. That's how it felt to her when her spirit left her body. It was very soft. She saw flowers. She saw a lot of flowers around her. I think she also saw all the flowers, I remember now, that people put in front of she wants to say to people, by the way, that all the flowers that people have put in front of Buckingham Palace, I think that's where it was, you know, all these people saw all these flowers everywhere. She saw the flowers. She wants to tell people that send, you know, through flowers in front of the palace, you know, in front of the gate. I remember that image on TV. She wants to say that she remembers, and she's really thankful for that. And this is the message that she's taking with her. These flowers is something she went away with. The smell of the flowers, somehow she could smell them. So that's a very beautiful. She left very beautifully, in a way, very gracefully, because the last image she saw was the flowers, and she felt really loved, and she still feels that way. She can feel the love of people, the attention of people, how much people cared about her, still care now. So she could still feel it, and that's what she wants to say as well to people. You know, where she is, she can feel, she can hear. You know, she can see how people love her. So yeah, that's what she wants to say. If you have any question, by the way, if you want me to see what she wants to say, what she thinks, I can connect. We are now on Celebrity Star News, by the way, every Friday at 8 p.m. My name is Raphaël Pathé, the world's medium. I am an international psychic and medium. Today I can't speak properly. And so basically what we do on Fridays, we either reconnect with different celebrities who crossed over, or we do astrology and tarot for celebrities that are alive, like last week. But this week we're connecting with celebrities who crossed over. We're talking right now about Lady Diana. I feel a connection with her. If you want to ask her any question, feel free to type it in on YouTube or Facebook, and ask your question, and then we will be able to connect with her and see a little bit what is going on out there, where she is, what she thinks about the situation, what's happening in the world. But what I'm sensing, she really see, she wants to the world to be powerful. She wants people everyone to get their strength to come out, you know, be strong. Get the power, put your power out there. This is not the moment to be weak. This is not a moment to, you must not be weak. You must remember what she did. You know, every spirit, every person on earth has an action on the planet, especially because these very famous people are inspiring to people. So you have to remember what she did. She was very shy, but still, we're still talking about her right now. She expressed herself. She helped other people in the world, you know, like people who had cancer, AIDS, I think people who had hunger as well, who didn't have food. So that's what she did. That's what people remember of her. And so people need to remember you the same way. If there's something in your power you can do to make the world stronger, this is the moment to bring that on the table. This is the moment to open your mouth. This is the moment to carry other people that don't have your voice. So this is the moment to speak out there, because if if you don't do it, nobody will. So this is a message from Lady Diana. During the show, if you have another question, if you want to ask me a question to her, we can always come back. But now I think we're going to move on to the next person that I wanted to tell you about, and I'm going to play the little credit a little bit, so we have their photo. So let me click on the button. And then we have a little bit of video. Let me see where we were. Okay, so this is only the second show, so it's experimental. You know, I'm starting a new thing. So now let's see who else we have. Okay, and now, of course, I want to talk about Marilyn Monroe. I think that's an excellent idea. Let me tell you why I wanted to talk about Marilyn Monroe. I mean, you know better than me. She's an amazing person. We watched all her movies, and even to that day, you know, she died like such a long time ago. Let me see exactly what year she died, but that was a long time ago. Let me check a little bit. Yeah, she died in 1962. And it's a very, very interesting character. The reason why I felt a real connection with her, first of all, I think she was gorgeous, like everyone thinks. You know, she was totally gorgeous, blonde hair, beautiful woman, all these movies, you know, like such a star. She probably almost created the concept of being a star. You know, if you think of star, you think about Marilyn Monroe. But also, I have a friend who's actually an actress called Erin Gavin, and she was playing Marilyn Monroe in LA at the theater. And basically, one day she said to me, why don't you do a medium reading for me, and then let's see what comes up. And then when I did a medium for Erin, who was playing the role of Marilyn Monroe at the theater, then we felt a connection with Marilyn Monroe, and it was very interesting. So what came out of this connection, you know, with Marilyn Monroe? So first of all, I mean, you might know a little bit about her story. Who doesn't? So she did all these movies, and she suffered a lot from always being, you know, used as the stupid blonde. You know, even when you watch her movies now, you think, oh, that's fabulous, how beautiful she was, how amazing that was. But in fact, she did suffer a lot. You know, she probably liked it at first, but she really wanted to do interesting movies. She was very intelligent. She studied a lot, and unfortunately, she was always forced to play this kind of dumb blonde. I mean, beautiful blonde, but a little stupid. And she was never given the chance to do like a real movie where she could, you know, play like a drama role or like a Hitchcock movie or something like that, where, you know, with more substance. She was all like the stupid blonde, and she was very upset about it, and that was a big problem. And basically, when I did this medium reading with Erin Gavin, who was playing her, then what Marilyn Monroe wanted to say is that the reason why the whole world wants to look like Marilyn Monroe, you know, Madonna, we'll talk about Nicole Smith later, Erin Gavin, my friend, as well. So basically everyone wants to look like Marilyn Monroe, and this image is very strong. Why is that? Because Marilyn Monroe was not able to become this film star she wanted to become and play in this dramatic movie. She was only able to play this dumb blonde movie. So what she's doing now, from where she is, she's absolutely not done with this life on Earth and with her vibe here. She still has her vibe here because she's empowering all these women who play her, intelligent women who can look like her, so she can still be here with us, and her spirit is still here through all these other women, like Madonna, for instance. Madonna is a very intelligent woman. You know, you like her music or not, but nevertheless, very successful woman, very present. She totally played with this kind of style, with a blonde, bleached Marilyn kind of style. And look where she is. Very powerful woman, very rich, you know, managed to do everything from scratch. And basically, she's empowering all these women by using her image, even though she's dead, you know. She's helping basically herself. She's encouraging all these women to play all these roles that she couldn't play. So Madonna is playing that, being a very successful businesswoman. Okay, Nicole, I'm not sure she was really, you know, like she was, I don't know if she really helped Marilyn Monroe in that sense, but basically she did somehow, because we spoke a lot about her as well, about Nicole. So what Marilyn Monroe has been doing is like sending her vibe all over, her photos, everything, making sure that people do not forget her. And somehow, even though she did not play in the movie that she wanted to play, or she was not seen exactly how she wanted to be seen during her life, when she was alive, still now she's a role model for a lot of people. She appears in a lot of movies all the time. There isn't a year where there's no biopic or you know, a campaign or something connected to her. So basically she succeeded at her mission, you know, which was to promote, I guess, the fact that women can use their looks and their intelligence to really matter and to bring something to the world. And I think that's really what she brought. And she's still there. She's still sending this vibe to people and to women. And I think that's her message, basically, to the message to the women out there is use your physique, you know, and if you have to look like her, it's fine. But blend your physique and your intelligence. And it's almost like, what is the word for that? It's like take her revenge, you know. It's a time for revenge for all these women out there. I find that she's very much in this, you know, this Me Too movement. Or I feel that somehow she might be part of it as well. You know, it's a time for all the women to get the power as well, to control and to for her sake, you know, in her name. This is why she's so present. This is why you see her everywhere. This is why there's posters of Marilyn Monroe all over. Everybody's bleaching their hair all the time. Guy, girls, everybody's bleaching their hair, wanting to look like Marilyn Monroe at the end of the day. So that's the message that she left. And so now I want to see if that was the connection I had with her when I did this reading for Erin Gavin, who's not here tonight, but she will be here sometime soon. She's actually at the theater tonight. She's watching some show, and because it's limited attendance, she could not be in the show right now, but still I'm mentioning her because I did a reading for her that Marilyn came up, and so so there's a lot of power around her, you know. She's very, very powerful. She's very controlling somehow. It's a spirit that is very controlling, that's everywhere. She's very much in the world still with us, you know. She's all over, she's everywhere. I see that. I feel her smile, I see her laughing as well. Somehow there was something about her that liked to make fun of things, that liked to enjoy, to have fun, to laugh. People said of her that she was depressed, but still there was something very childlike about her, and she did like to laugh and to be like a little child sometimes. So her message to all these women out there as well is like, do not lose your innocence, you know, the innocence that you had when you were a child, when you were a little girl. Do never lose that innocence, because this is power. You can use your innocence, and you know, and somehow Marilyn Monroe was not always calculating everything. There was something very honest, very innocent about her, very naive almost. She would be very trustful, you know, of some people sometimes, and she feels that sometimes it is a good thing. Give it a try things, you know, trust things, trust that life can bring fun, new things. She was very much about a luck, you know, like just letting things come to her, and sometimes she would kind of gamble in a way, you know, gamble her life, but she feels that it was a good thing to sometimes just let the luck, you know, let the luck come to you. Sometimes be a little bit crazy. Don't be so conservative. If you want to be like her, if you want to be a good actress, you have to, I'm hearing as well, make love to the camera, but it's also about give it a try, you know. It's very much about give it a try. Don't calculate everything. Somehow I feel that she's really upset with things being too artificial and spontaneity dying. You need to really let the spontaneity come through. That's a message to all the actresses out there. Be spontaneous. Try things. Do not try to imitate, you know. You need to, you can channel things, but you must not imitate things. This is something she didn't like, this whole retouching. She wants things to be authentic, childlike, naive. Yeah, that's what I'm, candid almost. So this is what made her powerful as well, because something about her was very true, was very real. Even though, okay, there was a makeup and there was a hair, but something about her was very real somehow. It was not just an act. So that's what I'm sensing from her. Let me just see if there's something else she wants to say. Let me see. Okay, I'm just writing her name. What I'm sensing from her. There's a man, there's this man that was very important for her. She did love someone very much. She was very much in love, so it is someone who had the ability to love. She admired this man. She feels that it's very important for women to have one man to love. It was very stimulating for her, very inspiring to have men around her. That's what I'm sensing from her. But her message, like, you have to find that one man. Don't sleep with everyone. That's another message from her. Do not sleep with everyone. Find that one man that will inspire you. That's what she recommends. That's what I'm sensing from her for all these old you women, out there, actresses. Choose one man that you really, that will be your pillar. If you meet that man, stay with him. Do not just go everywhere. If you find that strong man, stay with that man. I feel that's what she's saying. That's what she always wanted. And that's very important. That's, she really, this is something she really, really wanted, to find that one man. If you found him, and if you're doubting right now, if any of you watching right now, or maybe it's even for guys, but for girls, if you've met that one man that you feel you can rely on, that is stable, keep him. Don't think that grass is greener over there. Keep that man. I'm seeing that from her. I'm feeling that from her. When you found that man, just stay with him. Don't go, don't go and find another one else. You need one man. Every successful woman needs one strong man or one strong woman next to them. That's what I'm sensing from her. But always be candid, naive, and just give it a try, give it a chance. That's what kind of worked for her, to keep this childlike element. So that was for her. That was for Marilyn Monroe. I hope that was bringing a little bit of light about her, and that you found out more about her thanks to the show Celebrity Star News. My name is Raphaël Pathé. I am the world's medium. Every Friday I do a show called Celebrity Star News, and I talk to the spirits of different celebrities who crossed over, but also you can type in the question you have for them, and then I can see what they want to tell you. So this is for this week. That's how we do it. And then last week I did another, I did another type of show where I would connect with different celebrities, but celebrities who are alive, and then I would do tarot for them and see their astrology, see what the astrology would tell us about them in the moment. But this week, no, it's about star that crossed over, these very powerful women, and we find out together what message they have for the world. And once again, you can type in a question. If you want to see something, if you want to comment, you can also call, by the way, I forgot. If you are in the street right now, if you're watching on your YouTube, if you're on the bus, if you're on the subway, if you are by the pool, you can call this number. Let me see, yeah, it's here, 1-888-788-0099. So this number is connected to Zoom, and then we will hear you, and you can ask a question. And then the idea, after you type the number, is 323, as you can see, 304-0101. Then I will hear you. I need to sneeze. No, I don't need to sneeze. Do I? No, I don't. And then we will hear you, and you can talk to me. We can play, because this is a little bit like playing with spirits. Some spirits are playful, and actually we're going to talk to the next one, and you will see why I'm saying that. And yes, and we can talk live. So let me see what is the next person I wanted to tell you about. We open the little generic little credits. So I'm opening it right now. Where is it again? It is here. Okay, here it is. All right. So it's here. Okay. So I wanted to talk about Nicole Smith, So we all know her. She had this very famous show. She had a bit of a crazy story, this Nicole, very, very famous lady. She was a model. She had this Nicole show. That's how I discovered her. She was a guest model as well. And she was known to be dating this very much older man. Let me check actually who that was. I'm opening my little note. Where is it? My dear Nicole, she was a lot of fun. People made fun of her. It was not really fair, I find. Yeah, it was. I mean, she came from like, but she dropped off school at 14. She married in 95. She was probably 15, no, 16, and then divorced in 93. So she had a weird life, and it was just very difficult. But her second marriage was to an 89-year-old billionaire, J. Howard Marshall. I don't know if you remember, but it was a little bit weird. And from then, everything went really bad. It was really, really horrible. and she was doing all these drugs and prescription drugs, and she had a son as well. The son died later, and it was very, very complicated. I don't know if you watched the show, Anna Nicole. I wanted to talk about her because basically, yeah, she died. She was 39 now, seeing it from a drug overdose. I wanted to see if she had something to say because I feel that the way she died was not fun. Obviously, I mean, it's never fun to die. But what I wanted to say is, like she was so glamorous and so beautiful one time, like a long time ago, as you can see on the photo that I selected. She was Sagittarius, very good sign, fire sign, and she was like one of these young beauties, and the way she died, she was overweight, and everyone made fun of her in the show. And I remember actually Bobby Trendy as well, that was in her show, that I saw, that I met at Citibank once in LA, in West Hollywood, and he was a lot of fun, by the way. I wanted him to participate tonight, but I don't know, I didn't get any answer. Maybe he doesn't remember me, but yes, so he was in this show with her, and advising her on how to decorate her house. So this show, this Anna Nicole show, people made a bit fun of her, and then she died, and so it was a little bit miserable if you think about it, the whole show, and how the last memories we had of her. So I wanted to try to give her justice, if I can say, tonight, and try to see if she really wanted to say something when people cross over. Sometimes they want to communicate something from the life they had on Earth, what they feel they were proud of, what they feel they were not proud of, what they want to say. So I think maybe we could ask a question. The question we could ask her is, what is all about this marriage with this older man who, yeah, it was 89 in a wheelchair. It was not, and she was really beautiful. I don't know exactly how old she was, but anyway, she was a beautiful, sexy woman marrying like an older man who was 89 in a wheelchair that didn't look really sexy. You remember? So why did you do that, Anna Nicole? So let me see now. Let me connect with her and try to see. Um, it's very interesting. The first thing I'm getting from her, she had a sense of sacrifice, and that's actually really horrible what I feel right now from her. The vibe I get. She feels like she has been sacrificing herself. It was very easy for her to sacrifice herself, and I see somehow a link with Marilyn Monroe right now. Anna Nicole had a strong sense of sacrifice. It felt as if it was okay for her to sacrifice her persona as long as it would please someone else. So she was a little bit of a self-destructive person. It was like, I don't matter anyway. It doesn't matter who I am. I don't care about myself. I don't. Also, the Sagittarius side of her was very much leading her to sometimes do things that nobody else would, because she was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Whatever, somebody has to. And that's how she married this older man. I don't feel that she saw, oh, there's an old man, there's a lot of money. I don't think it was exactly how it worked in her mind. It was more like, okay, if I don't marry this older man, who else will? And that was really, she really asked herself, if I do not marry this older man, nobody else will. And why don't I just do it? And it was very much a sense of, how can I explain it? She felt as if someone has to marry this man, and it's better if it's me than someone else, because I don't care about sacrifice. I don't care about my image. I don't give a shit. I'm just doing it. And that's what she did it. So there's a mix of self-destructive kind of thing, but also a sense of, this is where I belong. I'm going to be with this very old man, and because I'm going to sacrifice myself, and that's okay. And then she felt that by doing that, yes, the money will help. I will have money, and I will be able to live a certain lifestyle. So she felt that way, but it was not the main reason. The first point was like, why not? I'm just going to do it. It was very much about that. And I don't feel, I'm not sensing that she did that in a very malicious kind of way. I'm going to marry this old man, he's going to die in my hands, and I'm going to inherit. It was not really like that. I feel like she really had a sense that I'm going to help the situation. I'm going to sacrifice myself because I'm worthless. So in some kind of way, of course, she shouldn't have done it. She regrets she did it somehow, because it was not interpreted the right way, but it was not about the money. From what I'm seeing, that was not the main reason. The main reason was like, I'm going to give what I am to this person because that's what I do. I sacrifice myself. I belong to other people. And she had that image of herself. She basically didn't have a high image of herself. She saw herself as worthless. There was a sense of that. She didn't have a high image of herself. Yes, so that's kind of why she did it. And nobody made her feel special, and somehow I felt that this older man appreciated her so much because obviously he was very old, she was very sexy. It was definitely a highlight in this life of this older gentleman, you know. And she did feel special about it. She felt that somebody liked her finally, and so somehow they were a good match, and everything that happened afterwards was quite wrong. It looked wrong, but deep down it was not wrong, not from her point of view. It was not like that at all. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. So the first thing I wanted to say is that and yes, you really have to understand that it's someone that really didn't feel loved. She felt like she would have done anything for attention, to be seen, to be loved, to be appreciated, and she would give her body. So it was very much about that. You know, she felt like she was not conscious about what she was doing, what she was, who she was. She didn't have a conscious of self. You know, what is the word? She was not self-conscious. She was like, okay, I'm this, and this is my teeth, this is me, this is my hair. But she was not really calculating, manipulative. She was not that way. Somehow she had, I can see the link with Marilyn Monroe, because Marilyn Monroe was abandoned when she was a child, you know, and because her mother, I think, couldn't take care of her. And this is the link I see with Marilyn Monroe somehow. You know, she was, sometimes she was known to sleep with a lot of men and to not really have a great opinion about herself, or to just give herself away. I feel Anna Nicole had something similar. It didn't matter to her, you know, to just throw her body out there and this is yours, whatever. So it was very much that way. Yeah, she felt, but she was very loving at the same time. You know, it is someone that had the ability to love others. She felt she really wanted to give all the love she hadn't received. So she really wanted to give love to people. She wanted to love others. She was generous, as I feel, as well, by giving presents, giving to people. She really wanted to give as much as she could. All the money she would earn, she felt she really wanted to give it, you know, to give it away. So she was not, yeah, that's really how it feels. And the question I want to ask as well is like, why did you, Anna Nicole, take all these pills, you know, and until you finally died from it? So let me see okay, I get it. Do you remember, I don't know if you read in the news, because, you know, I'm kind of checking different information that I get from the spirit and what I saw in the news. You remember that, I don't know if you read recently, but she had very, very big fake breasts, Anna Nicole Smith. And I read recently that she was always in pain. I think I saw that in Hollywood Story, a TV show. She was always in terrible pain because of these implants. It probably was too big, or I don't know, sometimes, you know, surgery goes wrong. So she was always in pain. This is how she started taking painkillers. And that was the only way for her to survive. And because otherwise the pain was so bad. So that's how she started. And then she got addicted to them. And there's a moment when she completely lost control. And I think she was actually a victim of all these people who took, I think it's Oxycut or these opioids. She was a victim of opioids. That's what I'm sensing. She never really wanted to kill herself, but she had this pain, and then she became trapped into the pills, and then needed to take pills to sleep and to not feel the pain. So she basically was a victim, you know. From everything. She was a victim of how she was seen. She's been sacrificing herself, and all she wanted deep down, she just wanted to be loved, and you know, and she didn't mean wrong, you know, not at all. So let's see if she has a message for the world right now. It's funny, the message I get from her is like, you have to love each other. You know, it's very much about hug each other, love each other, kiss each other. There's something very, very much loving, hugging that I'm feeling from her. Yes, love each other, hug each other, touch each other. So that's the message I'm getting from Anna Nicole right now. It's very important to just hug everyone and give and kiss. And she was very sensual as well. I'm sensing that. So it's very much about touching, kissing, hugging, be nice to each other, kiss a lot, have a lot of sex. So that's the message, you know, very much about touching your skin, you know, enjoy your body as well. There was something about that with her as well. She did enjoy, you know, pleasure with the body. There was something sensual about her. So the message from her is that don't forget, you have a body, enjoy it, touch each other, and make love. This is the message from Anna Nicole. So now we're going to move on to the next celebrity I wanted to talk about, who left us quite a few years ago in tragic ways. So let me play the little credit. So yes, this is Whitney Houston. That of course, everyone was so depressed when she crossed over, when she died. I was horrible in this Beverly Hills hotel and dying before a show. She was a Leo, Whitney Houston, like a fantastic celebrity who had been, great songs, great physique. I mean, she really brought a lot to the music world, and it's someone that people cannot forget. There isn't a party where one of her songs won't be played. It's like she's all over. She's everywhere. She's a bit like a female Michael Jackson, kind of, if you could say. She meant a lot to the music world, to the world itself. So let's see a little bit what happened to her. Let's tap into her energy. So first of all, what I want to tell you, I see a lot of conflict in her energy. I feel like a dual personality. There were two people in her that were fighting all the time. So that's what I'm sensing. Dual personality, her and her mother. There was like something about her mother telling her, do this, do that, you must do that. And then, so half of her spirit was like her mother, the daughter. There was always a fight, mother-daughter in her mind. So the daughter was a nice one. The daughter part was like the nice, kind, fun, and the mother was the mother side of her spirit was like, you are terrible, you are very bad, you will never make it. You're dirty. So she has this duality always. There was two people in her, a good one, a bad one. The bad one would always, slag the good one off, criticizing her. So her life has been this fight between these two people inside of her all the time. I almost would say that she was a schizophrenic. Actually, I can sense a sense of schizophrenia, and always being almost if she had been in between these two people, and these people are like screaming at each other. So it was always a fight. Her life was really like a pain. It was never easy. It was very difficult. And with the years, it became more and more that way. These two people fighting in her head. No, yes, no, leave me alone. I can really feel that. This is what was happening. She was almost like a little bit, I don't want to say deranged, but there was something totally wrong in her head. That made her life very, very difficult. That's why some of her decisions sometimes were completely wrong, and people would be like, how can such a beautiful, famous, successful, talented woman, why is she doing that? Why do we see her on drug in the kitchen right now and doing crazy shit? So people were really, I was one of them, was thinking, this is crazy, this beautiful woman singing so wonderfully for all these years, and then we see her in the kitchen talking like some weird junkie, so it's because she was always fighting, and the only way for her to not hear the fight was to be on drugs. On these moments, it was almost like creating another character inside of her that was detached from the reality of these two people fighting. So I don't know if you get me, guys, but this is what was happening in her mind. And so a lot of tension, a lot of tension. Even when she was performing, there was always this duality. She was suffering a lot. Dying somehow was a liberation. She felt liberated from all this misery, this fight that was going on in her mind nonstop. It was permanent. There was always this fight going on in her mind. And also I see, this Leo side, and she liked to be in the spotlight somehow, she enjoyed it. That was almost a fifth character, so she was multiple personalities, different people inside of her. And deep down, I would say that her main issue, and what I'm sensing from her, was to not be able to really be herself. It is a person that was not able to fully be herself when she was alive, because when you are incarnated in a spirit, when you are in a body, actually not in a spirit, when you come to this planet, you're supposed to incarnate one person. One spirit is incarnated. That's you. It defines you. You have a face, you have a spirit, you have a taste. But for her, it was almost like her body was used by 5 different people that would fight. Some of them would take drugs. Some of them would fight with each other. Some of them would be extremely talented. So it was completely always like a mirror ball, that was always turning in every way, and she would never know what to expect. And it was very hard for her to seem stable. It was hard for her to have a proper life, to have a proper, not a proper life, but a proper routine. It was very, very difficult. She was out of control. And somehow, regarding her husband, and they were doing a lot of drugs together, somehow he was kind of bringing her relief. He did not force her to do what she did. That's what she wants to say as well. The reason why she was on drugs is because this fifth person that appeared when she was on drugs was, it was like a vacation from this fight she had to deal with all the time inside of her. So that's why she did it. She regrets she did it. It was a wrong idea, but that's all she knew. That's what happened. So she accepts it, but she really wished it wasn't like that. She wished like the little girl she was inside could have grown and be herself, and maybe she would not have become a celebrity. Maybe she would have done something more down to earth. She was pushed to be someone that she's not supposed to be. She had to execute everything. So that was the problem with her. She was not able to really be herself. So let's see what the message from her is to the world. So first of all, it's her music, of course. The music. She's glad she was able to produce that music, create that music, and entertain the world. That's definitely something she wants to send to the world. And she wants to send a message to people as well and tell them, fight until you find yourself. You have to fight in life to find who you really are. Do not let other people tell you who you are. So for instance, I want to talk to people that are maybe younger, standing right now. Their parents told them, okay, be a doctor or be a vet or be a singer or be a teacher or be whatever, or a lawyer. If you want to be something else, you have to do it. You have to fight for it. Life is about fighting through for the world to accept you. It's almost like you're a stone and you're cutting the stone in like a beautiful statue. She did not have this opportunity to cut the stone into the statue that she was supposed to be. She ended up being little bits of Statue of Liberty, little bit of I don't know, like all these little bits of statues that were glued with glue, and they didn't like each other. So life is meant for you to define who you are through your journey, through the people you meet, and fight for that. This is the most important. It's not important to be a doctor, a lawyer, a singer, a dancer, a Instagrammer, whatever. Who cares? What's important is to really define who you are and to create this beautiful statue, this beautiful vibration that you are supposed to become and to bring to this planet. So this is a message from Whitney Houston. She did not have this opportunity. She was not able to do that. She left a beautiful message and beautiful music, but she was not able to do that for herself. That's why she ended up, on the other side. She wished she had been able to do that. She wasn't. That's how it ended. So that's all for tonight. I wanted to remind you that this is Celebrity Star News. I am Raphael, the world's medium, international medium. I have clients everywhere around the world, and I connect to people who crossed over. During this show, I connect to the celebrities that we like, from all around the world, the people that died, and see a little bit what was their message to the world. I wanted to thank you for watching. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Next week, you can type in your question. If you have any question you want to ask to these celebrities, you can, of course, watch the show. You can recommend the show to your friends and family. And let me know if you have any suggestion. You can write some comment below if there's any celebrity you would like to talk about. I will be very happy to tell you more about it. Next week, we'll be talking about Michael Jackson and like other celebrities. And I think it will be very interesting to see what they have to say. But remember, it's important if you type questions because I can directly bring you the answer. You take care. You have a wonderful weekend. And I will be really excited to see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.